and welcome to ClickTV, your monthly look at the worlds of movies, gaming and technology. This month we'll be taking a look at what promises to be the highlight of your superhero-themed summer, Green Lantern, as well as checking out X-Men First Class and Jack Black's latest adventures as the Kung Fu Kicking Panda. We're also talking to Russell Keating about the latest toys that Sony Ericsson are unveiling, and Joe's got the verdict on the certifiably insane Shadows of the Damned and blockbuster sequel Infamous 2. Joe, take it away.
Let the bloodbath begin!
Resident Evil, Silent Hill and No More Heroes are titles that have thrilled countless gaming fans the world over. Now the legendary people behind these series are coming together for one unique game, Shadows of the Damned. And it looks a bit strange. The story follows the wonderfully named Garcia Hotspur on the ultra-violent quest to save his less wonderfully named girlfriend Paula from the fires of eternal damnation, mostly by shooting things in the face. This marks the latest collaboration between Shinji Mikami and Goichi Suda, who previously worked together on the certifiably insane Killer 7. Shadows sees them moving a little closer to the mainstream with a third-person action game that has puzzle elements combined with visceral combat in a vividly realised and nightmarish world. Using eccentric weapons such as the boner, it shoots bones, players must use the powers of light to their advantage. Enemies are invincible until you've destroyed their dark shroud, and Garcia is damaged by darkness. This adds an extra layer of strategy to every kill, faintly reminiscent of Alan Wake, in a good way. Expect boss fights galore and some creepy imagery and an over-the-top, self-aware tone when Shadows of the Damned hits PS3 and Xbox 360 on June 21st.
My powers are getting stronger, tempting me to do things I couldn't have imagined. Sometimes, I don't even recognize myself.
Why help people who hate you? Call you a devil.
A devil? Is that what I am?
The original Infamous was a surprise PS3 hit when it arrived back in 2009, providing open-world thrills as you took on the role of Cole, a courier-turned-electrically charged superhero trying to save the city. This time round, Cole has picked up a facial scar, so you know this is going to be one of those sequels that delves into, you guessed it, grittier territory. It also ramps up the scale of powers and destruction to unseen heights in a response to criticism that the first game didn't have enough brutality. As before, light and dark powers make a return, as well as karma choices, which provided some truly nasty storylines in the original. In addition to new powers and a New Orleans-inspired location for Infamous 2, players will also be able to create their own missions and share them with others online. Infamous 2 is out exclusively on PS3 from the 7th of June.
Evil is not confined to a time, a place, or a form. It can lie dormant, only to rise again with a new plan for destruction.
How do you break the cycle of bad movie tie-in video games? One option is to grab the developers of an acclaimed standalone title and get them to craft a prequel to your upcoming blockbuster. That's exactly what Activision has done with High Moon Studios. the people behind 2010's Transformers War for Cybertron, easily the best Transformers game in living memory. They've come on board to deliver Transformers Dark of the Moon, a new game that sets the scene for Michael Bay's upcoming robot melee.
We cannot rely on will alone. We must seize any battle, engage any enemy, and defend our home.
It's a third-person action title, giving players the chance to kick ass as a variety of Autobots or Decepticons in both robot and vehicle form. New to the game is the Stealth Force mechanic, which gives you the mobility of a vehicle as well as access to your weapons. That should come in handy. Naturally, the developers are also keen to build on the solid multiplayer from War for Cybertron with a variety of game modes, giving you the chance to settle the score between the two factions once and for all. Transformers Dark of the Moon is coming to PS3 and Xbox 360 on the 24th of June, a week before the movie hits cinemas. You can also grab the alternative versions of the game on Wii, 3DS and DS.
Did you see that? I just was like, what?
Poe, I have received a message
From the universe?
from a messenger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Our greatest masters are disappearing. I fear this is the work of Lord Shen, who has unleashed a new kind of threat on our world.
Jack Black can be a little much in live-action roles, but his hyperactive ways are perfectly suited to animation. And with his best outing to date undoubtedly being 2008's Kung Fu Panda, we see him return this summer in the sequel to combine kid-friendly humour with some of the most awe-inspiring action sequences we've ever seen.
This could mean the end of Kung Fu.
But I just got Kung Fu.
And now you must save it. Take the 5. It is time for the next phase of your journey.
My fist hungers for justice. That was my fist.
We need to get to that tower without being spotted by those wolves.
Huh? Got it. Stealth mode.
I hate this sneaking around.
Hey. Hey. Huh? I like it.
Big-boned Panda Poe's celebrity-voiced friends include Dustin Hoffman, Angelina Jolie, Jackie Chan and Lucy Liu. And they're joined by newcomers Gary Oldman and the Jean-Claude Van Damme for a story that sees our furry friends fight for the fate of Kung Fu. The only thing really left to say in anticipation? Skadoosh. Kung Fu Panda 2 is in cinemas from the 17th of June.
How can Kung Fu stop something that stops Kung Fu? Here we go!
Remember, Dragon Warrior, when you follow the noble path, anything is possible.
I'm freaking in.
Beware of the signs!
What signs? Ah! So many signs! Ah! My old enemy. Stairs.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States. The cost of freedom is always high. No one can foresee precisely what course it will take. One path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender.
The X-Men saga goes back to its roots with this prequel, delving into the early lives of two of its most iconic characters, Professor X and Magneto. Before they were enemies, they were friends. They also just so happened to be two of the most powerful mutants who decide to join forces to protect their own kind in the days before mutants were revealed to the world. But when a global crisis gives them the chance to help humanity, a rift begins to form between the two sides.
You ready for this? Let's find out.
Kick-Ass and Stardust director Matthew Vaughn is on board for First Class, and we can't think of a better man when it comes to delivering on action, comedy, and the most vital ingredient of all, teen anguish. The cast matches the magnitude of the package delivered as Vaughn assembles James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender as Professor X and Magneto, and Oscar-nominated Jennifer Lawrence makes an appearance as a younger version of Mystique. So, with new and returning mutant characters combined with a clever 1960s period setting, a great cast and the promise of some crowd-pleasing action, X-Men First Class is shaping up to be a massive return to form for the X-Men series. In cinemas from the 30th of May.
Listen to me very carefully, my friend. Killing will not bring you peace. Peace was never an option. '78, I came to Europe to compete for the first time. It was pure driving. It was real racing. And that makes me happy.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic!
I think we are watching the arrival of Ayrton Senna, a truly staggering talent.
He'll be ranked among the all-time greats.
How do you feel about being world champion?
It's not a bad feeling at all, is it?
Senna tells the story of legendary Formula One racing driver Ayrton Senna, where here we get a glimpse of the man behind the helmet. Although Senna is a retrospective documentary, rather than using new interviews to remember the events, it dives into history, showing everything from home video footage to blockbuster-worthy shots of the races themselves. The man himself gets plenty of screen time as the film picks apart his ongoing disputes with fellow driver Alain Prost and even gives us unprecedented access to briefings with top Formula One staff.
You're competing to win. And if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver.
Now Prost takes the lead. Senna is trying to go through on the inside.
I was treated like a criminal.
The best decision is my decision.
I can't stand this.
Walking away from the dark forces just doesn't become an option.
I was not going to give up.
So have any of your girlfriends ever asked you to go faster?
Yeah.
It may not offer a lot of new information for avid Senna fans, but the found footage remains a captivating look into the life of this towering talent and the tragic events which robbed us of even more stunning achievements on the track. Senna is out from the 3rd of June.
It was the last time either of them would be on the podium.
Ayrton ran out of luck.
There is a lot to go, a lot to learn, a lot to do. But I have plenty of time. Pure driving, real racing. That makes me happy.